Somebody asked me this morning, how do you create balance in your life? Everybody look up here. There is no such thing. Unity is plural, minimum of what? Minimum of what? You have extremes this way and you have extremes this way. Nature does not, that was some bogus thing that you were taught in high school biology that was called steady state or homeostasis. How many people remember this? It's the biggest crock of nonsense on the face of the planet. Nature doesn't exist that way. Nature is struggling, fighting, pushing, relaxing, in, out, up, down, involuting, evoluting, backwards and forwards, operating at extremes of the spectrum, and for a millisecond passes through balance. But it doesn't exist there. So when somebody comes to you and says, you really need to put some balance in your life, that's counter-evolutionary. Look, I'm going to show you. Look, check this out. There's a Nobel. This is my favorite. I'm glad this came up, this emotion piece. I knew this was a bright group. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Years ago, I was shown this a little bit of this demonstration, and it just so riled me that one weekend I was in New York and I spent 3 solid days in the New York Public Library researching everything I could find about this thing. And basically what it was a study of a guy by the name of Ilya Prigogine. Prigogine was a Belgian physicist. How many have heard of this? Okay? And he was studying something called the second law of thermodynamics. Anybody know what that is? What is it? Oh, we got our engineering professor here from Ohio State University. What defines entropy? Oh, that helps most of us. Okay? Oh, yeah, well,
everything.
I'm teasing. Go ahead. What's entropy? What is it?
Everything tends toward a state of chaos.
Good. Very nice. Give him a hand. Okay? What he said is everything moves toward a state of chaos. Second law of thermodynamics basically says, let's say this little symbol represents a tree. What's it represent? Tree falls in the forest. Okay? And if it lies there on the ground, unattended, what ultimately happens to it? It decays over time. Okay? It basically falls apart, seemingly going into more and more, what? Randomness disorder. Everybody got this? Yes? Yeah. How many people have ever seen people like this? No, look, they become couch potatoes in front of a television set. Nothing happens. Their lives, their relationships fall apart. Their finances fall apart. Businesses. IBM, right here. IBM in the 80s. Got plump, fat, and happy, complacent with the marketplace, and almost put themselves out of business. They went into more at rest because they weren't challenged. They didn't take on the challenges of competition in the PC market in the beginning. This was them. How many people can relate this to your own life? Yes? Got this? This is called the second law of thermodynamics. What is it called? Now, from now on, turn to somebody and give them a high five. Say, you're now an expert. Okay? So now, next time you go to a party, you can impress all your friends and go, ask me about the second law. Now, I have no clue what the first law is, what the third law is, so don't even ask me. I have no clue. You want? Ask him. But here's what was interesting. And believe it or not, I'm sorry, what was your name over there? Did I ask the question? Sandra. This is going to all come back to Sandra. All of what I did yesterday, everything that I'm teaching, this whole style that Harv and I use that is fairly unique is all going to come into play here in a second. You're going to see how this piece fits together. You're also going to find out why you thought you were always crazy. How many of you ever thought you were crazy at least once? How many never did? You're the crazy ones. Definition of a crazy person is the person who thinks they're sane. Those are the people you got to watch out for. Okay? So, anyway,